What's going on YouTube, MVP here, and welcome to the Kingdom Manga chapter 529 review. This week we've got a really hyped chapter, and it starts with YOTANWA doing some work and ending with Shin's first move of the battle. So the chapter begins where last week left off, with Heki and YOTANWA'S army being surrounded by the Quanron. Heki suggests that they fall back, and YOTANWA begrudgingly agrees to retreat. Rozo boasts to Shun Suiju that he'll take half of the opposing forces down right now. Noticing the problem, YOTANWA decides to take the high ground of the nearby mountains to try and get the advantage and minimize the number of men she'll lose.
It's over, Anakin! I have the high ground!
But they're met halfway up by some of Rozo's men charging at them. YOTANWA and the Mirror Tribe make short work of them despite Heki's concerns. A couple of Zhao soldiers mention that YOTANWA'S move is foolish as it will leave no way for them to escape. But Rozo knows that the mountain gives YOTANWA a huge advantage, and he needs to stop her before she can capture it. At the top of the mountain, YOTANWA'S archers start launching a 5-arrow volley, shooting 5 arrows from one bow, which decimates part of the Quanron forces. The remaining Quanron begin to ascend the mountain, but YOTANWA and her men charge right for them and tear them apart. The Figo King is impressed, and basically tells Heki that he wants to lick YOTANWA down there, which Heki probably didn't want to hear. The Figo King then tells the unexceptional Plains General to fall back 100 paces, but before the translator can tell him the reason, Heki says he already knows. It's to regroup the forces and take the time to launch a pincer attack and trap the Quanron forces between his army and the rest of the mountain tribes. At the same time, Rozo is impressed with YOTANWA'S move and says it's almost a shame that he has to flay her. Shun Suiju interrupts him and says that if Rozo doesn't do it, he'll flay her himself. But Shun Suiju also says he doesn't mind who kills her. All he cares about is that she's defeated and Roboku is triumphant on his own battlefield, which will allow the Qin to be vanquished. Now we switch northeast to Shin's position, where he remembers Osun telling him to take Kisui's head. The Hishin unit emerge from a forest overlooking Kisui's battlefield. They notice the Mako army overwhelming Kisui's forces. Ten also notices someone attacking from the other side of the hill, that being Moten and the Gakukai unit. Moten tells Rikusen that they'll punch through Kisui's defenses by attacking the right side. One of Kisui's soldiers advises him to summon Bate to deal with them, but Kisui says he can't afford to remove Bate from the front. Kisui instead says he'll deal with them himself. Shin wonders why he's even there, when Kisui is being attacked from both sides, and he comments that Moten has really outdone himself, but Ten tells him it's necessary to be 100% sure that Kisui is defeated. Kyokai says there's no better chance than this, and Shin agrees, and he leads the unit to take Kisui's head, saying that even though they're joining in the middle of the battle, it's part of Osun's plan. The chapter ends with the narrator who says, "And so it is. The greatest shock to occur on the first day of battle on the Shukai Plains draws near." So that's all for this chapter. So overall, I think this was an excellent chapter. First part of the chapter with YOTANWA was really good. Get to see some of YOTANWA's skills, being able to take the high ground from the Quanron forces and use that to her advantage to take out a part of their forces with the arrows. We also see some of Heki's skill being able to judge the reason for why they need to fall back in order to set up a pincer attack movement. It'll be interesting to see how Rozo and Shun Suiju deal with this situation, but I think that Shun Suiju will probably have a plan for that. As for Shin's part of the chapter, Osun's plan seems solid, and Mako army is really competent, and they're doing some work on Bate and Kisui. We've also got Moten managing to punch through Kisui's defences, and Kisui's going to have to deal with that himself, but Shin's also attacking at the same time, so you'll have to wonder how he's going to deal with 3 armies at once. But there's still the matter of what the narrator says at the end. The greatest shock to occur on the first day of battle on the Shukai Plains. We don't know what that will be. It could be Shin taking Kisui's head. It could be the complete opposite. It could be Kisui managing to somehow repel the attack. It could be something that Roboku does on the other battlefield, because we haven't seen him for a while. And surely he's got a big plan to deal with Osun. It could be something that Osun does to deal with Roboku. It could be, who knows, it could even be Hoken showing up. I mean, we really don't know what's going to happen. So yeah, as I said, excellent chapter. Got a lot of really hype stuff happening. Hopefully it'll continue into the next chapter. As usual, some great art by the author, and we're expecting a massive shock next chapter, so hopefully it can live up to that. And yeah, that's all guys for chapter 529 review. Let me know what you guys thought of the chapter down below, like and subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
No! What are you waiting for? Do it! Just do it! Yes, you can! Just do it!